All right. What is up, Reactorites? John here from Nerd Reactor. I'm joined with, let's see, hold on. I can do this. Lewis from Nerd Report and Tiffany from Disney Observer.
Yeah.
Down there.
Instagram on there. I didn't know what to do.
Oh, yeah. And we're here to talk about Watchmen, which just premiered the first episode on HBO tonight. And yeah, for a refresher, I watched a little bit of the Watchmen show. You know, it's based on the comic by, was it Gibbons and Alan Moore? And you have the movie with Zack Snyder.
Yep.
And I had Tiffany watch like the movie again, and then even though Tiffany's not a huge fan of
on my own, thank you very much.
Okay, and then the episode. So that means I didn't even have to say anything, right? Tiffany, you would have watched it anyway.
Yeah, I watched it on my own.
Yeah. And so I just want to talk about like the episode. What was the cliffhanger?
The cliffhanger is trying to find out who. Well, that's kind of towards the end. Let's maybe talk about like what the story plot was.
Oh yeah,
John.
It's
like maybe like the beginning
plot.
And stuff, because we started off like in the past in the 20s. And what was that city? Tulsa,
Oklahoma.
Sorry. Yeah,
Yes.
and it's the KKK is slaughtering people and stuff, and then there's this
the
this
KKK
setup.
and also just like the like a group of people, a group of like the white people killing a group of black people,
which is that?
Yeah,
That was a real thing.
Yeah, it was
man.
I didn't know it was a real thing. I looked it up. I was like, holy crap, this is like back then. So there's like a lot of history that we didn't know, or I didn't know about. I don't know.
Well, I didn't know about that either. This is thanks Tiffany for bringing that up. That's very interesting. I think that's what makes Watchmen such a huge graphic novel, is that it does take real history and flips it a little bit, takes creative differences, but it gets people to research, right? Now that we know about this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's intriguing about Watchmen. That's why it's lasted so long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
I like
with
all the history that brings in.
and yeah, I was like looking at it, it's like it's in the past, and then you're trying to figure out the date. So this is like during the was it the 20s or something like that?
I believe.
It was in the past, and already from the start, the show is letting you know that it's going to be a racially charged series. And
oh man, look at that picture John just took. Tiffany, are you on? It's gonna be. Let me say, it is. I think he's alluding before he got cut off of his own feed.
Oh my God,
that's all right. It happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were saying the show is a little bit racially charged.
Yeah, racially charged. Yeah, because you already have like the black community. They're suffering, and the kid, like the mom's playing the piano, and you're like, what's going on? Like, what does this past have to do with the present, with whatever it is we're seeing with the characters? Because now the main character we're seeing is what was it? My mind's already a blank on the main character. What's her name?
Oh yeah, as far as like
Angela.
characters are concerned, what is it?
Angela,
and then her alias is the
I forgot. Black
The
something.
Silent Night.
Yeah, the actress is Regina King, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the.
Her name is Angela.
Yeah.
In the show.
Oh yeah.
Angela
And
Barr, yes.
already she's like kicking ass, and then we have the whole system of just the cops where they're wearing masks just because they're afraid. They didn't want their identities to be revealed. But you're like, I wonder what's happening. Why are they wearing masks? And why is it this part of Tulsa, this alternate reality, people like the cops, you have to like ask for permission to pull out a gun?
Yeah, it's definitely playing off some of the stuff we've seen today in the news. I think the cops. I think we could talk about that as well. As the police at this period of time are afraid of revealing their identity because, kind of like we see nowadays, being a police officer, you're a target.
Oh yeah, definitely
stuff.
a target.
And there's also like maybe some poor decisions or very bad decisions, or from very bad cops, because there's good and bad everywhere. We've seen police officers sometimes take the law to extreme, and now it seems like and I want to know what you guys think, that now you have to actually get permission from sources within the department to actually pull out a weapon to enforce anything.
Yes.
And we saw the repercussions because this guy, he regular stopped, and it was a Rorschach. I think it's a Rorschach cult they're calling it. And
they're called the 7th Cavalry.
but they are like a Rorschach worshiping group, right, Tiffany?
Yeah,
They have
so
a
I
mask.
think that there is the people that don't believe that what happened at the end of the movie. Okay, backing up. So at the end of the movie, we had the squid monster
The
thing
comic.
happen, or whatever. Well, it's still the same thing. The movie.
No,
is
in the
still-
comic they actually they actually changed the comic. That was the thing that's
Oh, yeah.
confusing. The comic, they use a squid alien monster fake, and in the movie they use Dr. Manhattan.
Oh yeah.
And then what's
Yeah.
weird is that the show looks just like the movie. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell's
So-
going on?
So
And so yeah, like
we
when I was
have
watching the
squid
trailer, I wasn't
monster.
sure what it was going to be about, like if it's going to follow the movie or the comic book, because it's
Well,
HBO.
Following both.
Mhm.
It has both. I think anyway.
I think you're right.
Because they had the squid monster, and that's from the comic, right?
Yeah.
But
The squid,
they're
the
pulling
alien
that in.
squid.
So they sent the diary. I feel like the bad guys are the people that believe the diary is real,
Uh-huh.
and then the other people are not believing that it's real. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're
Oh,
actually
yeah.
right. Did you notice the diary there is part of the Rorschach cult, I'm calling it. That's the
Yeah.
diary you refer to? Okay, so
Yeah.
so we're kind of getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but as far as we're assuming people have seen the show, this episode, and know the Watchmen, but I think what's happening is kind of like the movie where Rorschach is discovers that the entire thing's a lie, and then he gets killed by Dr. Manhattan in the movie, but I'm not sure how it happens or how it goes down in the comic. But I
It's
think
the
that
same thing.
diary, the
Yeah.
diary is actually Rorschach's, and it's actually the truth. And now the people are going, whoa, this was all fake. So now there's a retaliation because yes, it obtained peace between the Soviet Union and the United States, but at the end it was through a lie. I think the story of the original Watchmen was like the enemy of my enemies is my friend. You get what I mean? So it was it was in the middle of the Cold War, and to avoid a nuclear war, what's his name? I can't pronounce his name. But the guy, Jeremy Irons is is playing him?
Adrian
He-
Byte.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he actually did it was fake. He created this.
He made it up.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, like I didn't look further into like what the HBO show like the characters were about.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, that's Ozymandias, So
Yeah.
this actually you actually have characters from the comic book, and I was oh man, okay, now I'm excited about this show because
Perfect
you're
casting,
actually
too.
featuring characters, because I thought it was gonna be like all new characters. I'm like, why would I care about these characters? But
Mhm.
you have that, and Jeremy Irons, he's great. He's delicious. He's a delicious character.
I don't know,
love
man. I
that
think that's
he came in on a white horse.
Yeah.
That was so great. I was like, what is happening right now? Okay, so is he in jail? Is he in a prison? Is he, or because he's very secluded?
interesting.
I know because I saw the first 6 episodes, but I'm not going to talk about it because this is just going to be a discussion for the first episode, and it's going to be tough for me because it's kind of a blur right now. I don't want to ruin things because I'm not sure
Which was the first episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay, the first episode ends with the wheelchair right in the tree.
No, man, that's a spoiler.
No, that's
Just-
the first episode.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Yeah, so now I know that's the first episode, so I won't talk about the next 4
Yeah.
episodes or
He's
5 episodes.
Just so you know, he's pretending. He just wants to show off. Let people know he gets access to HBO stuff before any of us. This is
Yeah.
a show off tactic. This is a way to do it.
Uh, yeah, Lewis, you can link
Link to what?
Matt.
Oh, okay. Well, let
Yeah.
me see if he's up. Let me see if he's
I
up.
gotta add Matt as a friend.
Yeah, you should. You could talk to him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he says link me. Did he send you a message?
I don't think.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here's what's going to happen. Matt, I think he already put up a review, and he's very knowledgeable about the stuff as well. Let me get him a link right there. So he's probably going to show up right here. But good observation about the jail or
Like,
prison, because I know John knows, but
and they're like robots, right? Like,
are they
he doesn't
robots?
have any access to anything outside of that, right? There was no.
I need a robot like that.
It's
Want me
open
to
to
my
your
dinner?
interpretation. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought
yeah.
they were like not human.
You know what? That could be possible. The world of Watchmen is weird. It's just weird to watch, you know. So, oh my gosh, look, we have Superman in the house.
Oh
Who,
yeah.
where? Where?
Why are you
sorry.
so loud?
Hi. How are you?
Oh, it's got the professional mic. You know, you need that
Yeah.
professional mic.
Got to get in there deep.
I got a professional.
I'm an
mic.
ugly person, so I have to use my voice. That's what happens.
Well, we need one. We need one ugly person out of us four. It can't be all
Well.
beautiful.
You never,
That's
I
our
never get to
credential.
see a video of you. I want to see you shirtless again.
Oh,
I wasn't shirtless. I was just not wearing pants. There's a difference.
yeah.
I can't hear him. Can you,
You
still
can't-
hear me?
Lucky you.
Oh, you
Can't hear
can't.
him. You can't hear Matt. Matt
I
just
can't
joined
hear
in.
him at all.
Wow.
Do you have headsets?
Me? No.
Yeah. Maybe if you put
'Cause
on
you-
the headsets.
Because Tiffany can hear all of us, but Matt, I wonder if there's like something with. We're having a little technical difficulty here.
How about now?
Sorry.
That's so weird.
No, you can't.
I could hear him.
What if I?
What if you take out Tiffany and then bring her right back?
Okay, let me try that.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, now can you hear everyone? Everyone talk.
Hey.
Hello.
Can you
Hello,
hear me?
him?
Mm-mm.
No.
That's
All right, let me
so-
remove Matt and I'll bring him back in.
It's like
How about that?
shuffling puzzles.
This is super weird.
Can you hear
Yeah,
Matt?
I don't
now?
Oh,
know.
I can
Let's
hear
just
him.
talk.
I can
You
barely
can hear him?
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
you know what? I wonder if you
No, I can hear
turn.
you.
Okay. Can you I don't know if there's like an audio modulation for each person.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. Can we talk about Watchmen now?
Yeah, I would say
Yay!
my knowledge of the comic and this show is moderate. But I can tell you what I enjoyed and stuff. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
what-
yeah. Just
You
talk.
guys
Okay,
probably know more about it than I do.
Oh yeah. So let's just talk about. Let's say okay, Watchmen, the movie or the comics. Like did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Were you a huge fan?
Love the movie.
Mm-hmm. And for the show, how do you?
It looks
liking the
looks great. It's a
episode?
mystery, man. It's a mystery.
yeah.
And stuff. And I thought the Zack Snyder did a great job as far as like the visuals and getting that. It looks like the comics to me, pretty much. It was a little long, you know. And I see
The
this
movie,
movie.
yeah.
The movie I see kept the tradition of showing male buttocks.
Oh yeah. Now here,
Yeah.
what you get to see? What was it? Whose butt?
Yaya's
butt?
Yeah, Yaya's butt.
And then in
Yeah.
the movie, you get to see Patrick Wilson's butt.
Yeah. Which, you know, I
I
hate.
remember when the movie came out, it was a huge deal. Like,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the girls were like, "Oh my god, we finally get to see some like male parts."
No, Zack Snyder does love doing that if you watch the 300. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
again,
the fact that there was 3 Dr. Manhattan dicks on the screen at the same time was like, here's that. I used to
Oh,
work
yeah.
at a drive-in movie theater, and we had Watchmen playing on our small side, so the side that's not facing the freeway.
Uh-huh.
But we had, I forget which movie it was, but there was a kids movie that was on the main screen.
Yeah.
And kids movies are short, and Zack Snyder movies are long.
Uh-huh.
So when the kids movie ended, like that first night we had them both together, the kids are walking to the concession stand and they're looking at side 2, and they're just seeing Dr. Manhattan dong,
a giant blue dick.
giant blue dick, and it's like we were like, we'd probably be better off like holding the movie for a few minutes just to be
Yeah.
on the safe side.
Okay, that's weird. Like, yeah, I never done a drive-in theater, and then you can see like the other screen. So let's say you're watching an R-rated movie and there's a lot of sex stuff, but we can talk about it later because now we're getting carried away. Back to Watchmen.
Yeah.
John wants to keep it PG.
But no, we can talk about blue dicks because that's in
Oh,
Watchmen.
Yeah, it's we'll say it's Blue Ox. How about that?
The blue.
you know, I
didn't
did not
remember
like
the
that
movie at
scene.
all,
What is
Which
it?
scene?
and I had to rewatch it. So that was the reason why I rewatched it, because I didn't remember the movie at all.
Mm.
And just rewatching it, I hated it. Absolutely was bored out of my mind.
Wow.
Oh,
So
okay.
why were you bored from the movie?
It didn't move as well. So okay, I don't
The
know
pacing?
comic at all, really. But I don't know. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into it at all. I was very bored.
You didn't like Rorschach?
No, I mean,
Like
his
he's like the
mask was
gruffy.
cool. I like that it reflects what
Yeah.
he's feeling and everything. That's
Uh-huh.
really cool. There's cool parts of it, and I was like, oh, that's neat. And then I was like, okay, what else is going on in the world? Like it couldn't keep my attention at all.
Because I think he's like a very rugged like Batman. You know, he's still got the grappling
Yeah.
hook, and he doesn't take no crap from anyone.
And it's funny because I was talking to my sister and I was like, I'm watching this, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's my favorite movie, and I'm like, what? Who are you?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's my favorite movie. I enjoyed it. It can be long, like certain scenes are like, slow, especially with like the fight scenes. Like you get like some slow mo punches, but that fight scene, come on, the fight scene at the very beginning with the comedian fighting Ozymandias, isn't that cool?
It was cool. The effects, like, yeah, I like the blood, the
blood
part, yeah,
on the button, yeah.
on the button.
Oh!
And then I like how that carries through to this first episode. At the end, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but I like how that carried through. I also liked how it carried through with the blood on the floor from like seeping through underneath the doors. That's a thing from the movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Like
that
nice
carried
parallels
through
with
into
the blood.
this episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait, was there a button type blood thing in the first episode?
Yeah. There
Yeah.
was. There was,
The
but
short
that's at the very end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's everything is like a blur to me now after
Now, 'cause,
watching the
well,
first 6 episodes.
Yeah, so yeah, you got the first 6. So
This is like
Yeah.
the 6th. And by the way, Matt, before you got here, Tiffany and I, we heard that like 7 times coming out of John.
Oh
I've
yeah,
seen
no.
all
sorry.
6.
I'm
Yeah, no.
sorry.
There's a thing known as a humble brag,
Yeah.
and that's
Like,
pretty much what
it's
he's
a-
doing right now. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, man, I'm kind of tired. Man, I had to talk to Jason Momoa this morning. Oh, you know,
On topic.
yeah.
Okay,
well, anyways,
Jason Momoa was wearing a Rorschach mask, then that'd be cool.
yeah. I
And
enjoyed the
Jason
show a
Momoa
lot.
goes tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
What the hell was that?
Well, Tiffany's outside, so
Oh,
there's
okay.
like
Yeah, I'm outside.
Tiffany,
'Cause
watch
my
yourself. Don't
roommate's
get run
sleeping.
over. Matt,
who
what'd you
watches
think? What'd you
who
think of this
watches
episode?
Tiffany?
Who watches the Tiffany?
Who watches the Tiffany?
Do you
What'd
have a
you think of
YouTube
this
channel?
episode, Matt?
I liked it. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed that it started off with that event in Tulsa from 1921.
Yeah.
Like where the KKK, because it's like starts off and you're like, oh, okay, 1921, that's the thing, you know. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, people getting killed, and then that kid is clearly people gonna die, and you see the KKK people, and you're like, oh, okay. And then I thought that the setup was interesting because tonally it's so modeled after the movie, but it's it
Very much
follows the graphic novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just the fact that it like when they're in the classroom and they showed the poster for the anatomy of a squid.
Oh yeah, the
I
squid.
cracked up laughing at that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and then it started raining squids. Like, what the hell was that?
Now, do you
Yeah,
guys
that was
think-
weird, right?
Well, I mean, I got to watch it again because I was holding my daughter in that part. And I know like it did a quick cutaway and it showed Manhattan on Mars.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I got to go back and watch it again. Where I'm like, did that have something to do with Manhattan on Mars?
No, it was right before they were watching a monitor, and Dr. Manhattan was on Mars, like I said, and he was like destroying a structure. That's what it seemed like to me, some sort of building, like, but it was built. It was like the Mars surface, some sort of building that was created. It looked like rock, but not really
Okay.
material. It looked like a part of Mars. Now, Matt, back to what you were saying, how like it looks like the movie, but it's the comic continuity. Do you think that's? I think I gotta credit. We gotta credit Zack Snyder for his visuals in the movie that look so much like the comic. What do you guys think of that?
Well, no, I think he did a good job. He had a good
Yeah.
cinematographer on that movie.
Yeah, and the suits and the
The suits. I would say the suits different. Like let's say cinematography and then the violence, but then you can also say it's inspired by the comics. But if you look at the suits, they're more comic bookish. And
Zack Snyder in the movie.
He's got that superhero. He's like the whole new generation of superhero outfit. Like it's all rubberized and thick. It's like even if you watch the Man of Steel movie and any of the Zack Snyder stuff, it's all stylized and different and just buffer. But with this show, they're going back to the basics of the comic book. So none of the rubber stuff, but more of just actual clothes. It's like spandex and all that.
But we haven't seen much yet. We got to wait a while because the heroes are still a mystery, or the vigilantes or whatever they are. We haven't seen many of them.
Well, it's not really a mystery. So at this point, I mean, they kind of established the world in the show where the cops they all cover their face.
Yep.
But they can't use their guns unless they are in a life and death situation and they have to call and get approval for it, which is like the trade-off, which is fascinating. And then so then the vigilantes clearly work for the cops, but they don't. They still don't follow the rule of law. It feels like they're kind of called in for like the big guns. Yeah.
Is Looking Glass and what is Angela's?
Oh, Sister Night.
Sister Night. There you go.
Yeah, Sister Night. Are they detectives, or are they like task force people that are leads? I didn't understand what their role was.
Okay, I'll say this: they're cops.
They're cops.
They're working they're in the police department. They're doing stuff.
Okay.
They're just wearing masks and they're special because they're the main characters.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like Looking
love
Glass quite a
Looking
bit.
Glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I really want to know more about that pod because I like that he just had like the images flashing on the screens like the Rorschach, and then like he's analyzing their pupils to see like how they respond, and then
It's like a futuristic lie detector.
yeah, it was pretty great. And then that freaking cattle ranch scene was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And then there's the cattle ranch scene, and then at the end there's the ship. So there's definitely influences from.
Oh man,
Night Owl.
I was cheering when I saw the ship. Right when they're like, oh, they're above you, and I'm like, oh no, they said, oh, they're below you. They're right below you, and I'm just like, wait, what? And then like out of the cloud comes, and at first I thought it was Archimedes because it's clearly influenced by Night Owl. It's so influenced by Night Owl. And then like he's got it, and I'm like, oh shit, and it's got a flamethrower on it, just like Archimedes did. And then it just burns like a Cessna. It just torches a Cessna out of the sky.
So it's definitely like, yeah, that's what I love about this show, where they're actually tying it into the actual Watchmen universe. Because before, you watch the trailers, like, what's going on with these new characters? And you got these guys, the Rorschach group going tick tock, but you really don't get a sense of like the other characters and what's going to happen. And we get to see more of that, like a taste of it in the first episode. And was there like another thing from Night Owl, or was that it? Just a ship?
It was just a ship right now.
No, they showed Night Owl actually when they were. There's a documentary. It seems like that they're promoting called American.
Oh well, no,
Heroes.
that was the original Night Owl. That was the original Night Owl.
story,
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you actually see his image.
Well, yeah, you see
I'm
that, but you
excited to
also
see how that plays out throughout the show, because obviously they're promoting it that it's going to come out. So are they going to play more footage
Yes.
of like the
Yeah.
original characters and?
well, what that is so in the original graphic novel, there is a comic that runs in the graphic novel. And it's like you said you rewatched the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you ever get your hands on the ultimate cut of the movie, you'll be bored senseless because it's like over 4 hours long.
I
Yeah.
was already bored.
Almost, was it 30 minutes of added footage?
It's like, yeah, it's so much. The thing is, though, for like true Watchmen fans, it's a worthy watch. They should just cut it up into a mini series, you know. But what it is, there's like it's like Curse of the Black Knight or something, or Curse of something or another. I forget what it is. Hold on, Gerard Butler, Curse of the.
As Matt's typing.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure it out. Like Watchmen. Okay.
Gerard Butler was in the Watchmen, wasn't he?
No, what it was is he was in the they did the now what's it
Oh,
called?
he was in the 300. Sorry.
No, he was in
Yeah,
300, but
yeah.
in Watchmen, he's the voice of the oh damn it. What's it called? Oh, wait. Tales of the Black Freighter. And that's the comic that runs within
Freighter.
the comic. And so they actually for Watchmen, they had it animated. They had the full Black Freighter comic animated into like a 30-minute short film. And then Gerard Butler voiced the main character of that. And so if you get the Ultimate Edition of Watchmen, you can then find it in the Ultimate Edition, where it's more like in line with the graphic novel. And so but that's the same thing with America's Hero. America's Hero is going to be told throughout all the episodes. We're going to see more of it because there's a sizzle reel at the end of the episode where they show you like what's to come on this season of Watchmen, and you see like America's Hero like jumping through like a plate glass window, and so it's like, oh, okay, so that's where they're heavily influenced by the comic, where they're going to then run a meta story within within the show.
Now I can see him.
So it's like so
now we can see you, Matt, as Lois is showing your face onto the camera.
wait, what?
Look
Are
at
you
the
not seeing
camera.
the footage?
Oh, why? Jesus, dude.
But yeah,
We're trying to get
I love that. I love the
visuals
whole meta stuff with the. Sometimes we show it. Actually, no. Yeah.
There. You happy?
Hey, look.
Now, could you do the man buns scene
Do the what
from the
scene?
movie? I just
The
want
What
to
what
see
scene?
scene?
What?
man
The-
buns.
The butt
Man
scene?
buns. Why can't you say
What?
buns? What
I
is
said
it?
buns.
You want me to
Buns?
like get naked and rub my thighs, or have someone come
robot
in and
there?
rub my
No,
thighs?
I don't need that.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I'm in the same
Why
boat
is John leaving?
What is
because he
going
wants me
on?
to. He wants to get ready
I gotta
for
be
the
honest.
show.
I gotta
We
be
don't
honest.
need
The
to-
scene. What's up, Robert Garcia just joined. And Danny Soul, and Euphonica. Is that how you say the name? And Matt Jarvis.
Euphonica. Yeah.
Euphonica. I didn't. The only thing I didn't like about the show was a scene at the end with the I gotta say the sex scene. It's just
Are you talking about the
It-
sex scene and the?
at the end. With
What
the
was it?
couple.
There was
Yeah.
a sex scene.
Where were
At
they
the
at?
end.
Location wise?
It doesn't make sense because you
Closet.
have the guys
Closet,
naked
okay.
and the woman has her clothes on, and it goes on forever, and nothing
you
I've ever
think-
seen
yeah,
in
but,
my
I
real
mean,
life looks anything
Allow
like
me
that.
to
It
get
is bad.
feminist for a moment, Lewis. But not every woman likes to take their top off during sex.
Okay,
Sometimes
but-
you just gotta bust it out. All right.
It was
She
just
gets what I'm
weird.
talking
It
about.
went on
Yeah.
over. It went on and on and on, and I kind of
That's how sex happens, you know. It
Yeah,
just keeps
man.
going
sex takes
Okay, but
time.
hold on,
Lewis.
if
I mean, I don't know how
Yeah,
you do it.
Fine anyway.
until
I
you're
mean-
interrupted by a phone call,
by Rorschach.
and then you got to pick it up.
It's just uncomfortable to watch that. You know, when you want to watch.
Were
it.
you watching it with your mom?
No, but it's like I can't call her in.
You
and
were
it goes
watching it
on
with
and
your
on and
mom,
on
weren't
and on.
you?
It's like if I want to see that, I'll watch porn. You know.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
what's
but
funny
it's
was
like saying if you want to see someone punching someone else, you watch UFC. You can say that about anything.
No, man, it just doesn't go.
Yes.
It feels forced.
My
Sex
toddler.
scenes feel forced. It's like they're loving each other.
I gotta be honest with you, man. Even in the CW shows, when they have those overextended scenes, like, come on, man, get out of here. You know,
Nothing happens on the CW show though. It's all like, yo, you
Yeah,
want to
a
make
lot
love, and it's all like,
it's worse.
it's acting. It's worse than watching the sex scenes in The Room.
Yeah,
You
the
are my
room. See, that
rose,
went
you are
on
my
and
rose,
on.
you are my rose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, dude,
I love that movie. But yeah, the sex scene, fine.
Okay.
The sex scene took my daughter, my 2-year-old, my near
You showed her
2-year-old
the
daughter.
sex scene?
No, she was like,
we're
we're
the sex scenes. Can we back up for a second? I want to talk about the cookie making part
okay, that was interesting.
Uh huh.
with the where
The bakery?
They
With the eggs.
reestablished the whole USA won Vietnam, and Vietnam is a state now.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Like Vietnam's the state of the United States. That's nuts.
Yeah.
And like they met in the
They're
in
making
Vietnam.
mooncakes, and I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh,
But
yeah,
isn't it funny though?
Yeah.
Isn't it funny though that even in the
Like-
future, a black woman who grew up in Vietnam still came to the States to make pastries?
Yeah. It was
Like
so
that was
weird.
funny. What
I don't-
about
I don't get
okay, hold on. We have to kind of educate Lewis here. So after Vietnam or
Right.
before Vietnam, the French were there, and the French taught the Vietnam how to make pastries. And so after the war, a lot of Vietnamese left Vietnam and they came to the States and they opened up bakeries. That's why most of the donut shops are Vietnamese.
Yes.
John, do you have a Vietnamese shop? I mean,
I
cake
do
shop?
not. I do not.
Then you are like the worst Vietnamese ever. I'm just saying. I
Yeah.
don't even know what I'm not too sure what your racial designation. I didn't say that without going real bad. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I am Vietnamese. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So sorry for me to white explain your history.
Yeah, yeah. No, but that's true with the whole thing. That's why we got
That's why
like
Matt
the
lives over there so
French
far away
baguette,
from
you know, with the banh mi sandwich. So it's all very
No,
like
but
a fusion. This is like the original fusion food, you know?
Hmm.
What in that scene though? Did you also notice the red for rations? The red for
Yeah.
rations. That was that
Oh, yeah.
racist kid is all like, "Did you pay for that with red for rations?"
Yeah, I didn't catch the line, and yeah, I was like, what did he say? Is that supposed to
Yeah,
be a bad
yeah.
thing?
Well, I'm like, I knew what it was because I like Damon Lindelof had already talked about that in a
Yeah.
previous interview.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, that's what. Okay. Oh, and then but they called it Redford rations or Redford rations, and I'm like, that doesn't roll off the tongue,
Present.
Yeah.
you know. And I'm wondering if Robert Redford's going to make an appearance in the season. That'd be pretty cool.
You know what I
That
did notice
look.
about that scene was one of the eggs had like blood in it. Did you guys notice that?
What?
Like-
I didn't notice it.
Yeah, it was pretty noticeable. Like on one of the eggs, like was, you know, that sometimes happens when you crack eggs. They have like blood in it. I don't know if that meant anything.
Well, I mean, you could see like it was the shape of a smiley face,
Yeah,
and so that could be like a reference to the graphic novel.
yeah.
Let's go back to the sex scene.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's too much. And then after that, it was a call, and then what happens afterwards?
What happened
Uh,
after the sex scene? She gets
Yeah.
pissed.
She gets pissed, and then what?
She's
Because
upset.
she didn't finish.
Hello?
So clearly she's
Who
upset.
was on the phone?
It was
Tell him to
I
stop.
don't know.
no, it
No,
was the we don't have his name yet, do we?
Yeah, it was
The boy from the beginning,
yeah, the kid from the beginning. What's the actor's name?
Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah, Louis Gossett Jr. It was him calling her.
Okay.
And then what happened was he was trying to make it seem like he did the hanging, right? And she's like, "No, you can't do that because you're on a wheelchair." type
Hey,
of-
man. Just because he's in a wheelchair doesn't mean he can't do anything, huh?
Well, that's what
Louis?
she said. I don't know.
Huh?
That's
Well,
what
he's 105 years old,
yeah.
and
So
like
there's
Okay,
supernatural
He
stuff.
still
going on
looks.
there, man.
He still looks good. Like he's still moving around.
Yeah.
Was
we're
it
not
part
moving
of the
around, but, you know,
racial
he's
thing that said with
smiling.
'cause at the
Huh?
bakery, he asked about the 200 pounds. Do you think I can? Wasn't there a racial thing like back in the day where like if you could 200 pounds for a man for being hanged? Wasn't that something? Or am I totally making stuff
I don't
up?
know. Matt was there.
I have
don't
no
know.
idea.
well, yeah, but I couldn't see anything. No, I'm not going to make that joke. I don't know. I don't know. 200.
Because he asked that, and then the 200-pound man. hangs from a tree.
Let's see
So that's-
here. I don't. Well, yeah, that was a weird thing. You think I can lift 200 pounds, and then he shows up and the cops, you know, strung up, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
like, did he do it? That's crazy.
There's something supernatural going on with him, maybe because he's 105 years old. Or is it a fun 5 or 8? I thought I heard 108 years old.
Point is, he's over 100 years old. So
yeah,
he's,
but there's something to that. There's something to that. I think.
what do you think?
Yeah.
What? No. Like you think, but why?
I don't know. I mean, the only person, and you guys could correct me on this, the only person that has or some extraordinary powers is Dr. Manhattan in this universe,
Yeah.
correct? Or
Yeah.
and so I don't know. Maybe they're introducing something else.
I would
Okay.
say
Well,
he's
but
just
there's-
old.
Yeah, there's
Was
like people
the
over
sheriff
100 that's
really
you know.
bad?
Well, what was with that paper? You will watch this boy or watch over this boy. Like he's sitting there holding it like, "Nah, this is my get out of jail free card."
Is that referring to him, or is he the kid
Well,
that got
he
out?
was the kid. He was the kid in the beginning.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
was he the older kid or was he the little kid?
No, he was probably because it was. I think it was a little girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was a
the one.
girl,
Yeah,
and then he was the boy.
yeah. Because his dad gave him that. Like it was funny because my that scene happens and my girlfriend and I are watching it, and the dad comes in and he gets the boy, and but he hands the rifle, the gun to the wife, and my girlfriend's like, "Why did she take the gun?" I'm like, "I don't know." It's like, but that seems so weird. Like, why did she take the gun? Because she never,
You're talking about like
yeah, she never fired the gun. So I thought she was gonna be some like crack shot. You know, she's gonna be taking out crackers left and right. I thought it was like some cool intro scene where she's like one of the original vigilantes or something like that. And it's like, no, they just like the dad's like, here, you take the weapon. I'm gonna hold the boy because he's a shield. See you later. Let's go. It
And then yeah, you're right in the beginning. And then she holds the gun. She's aiming it at one of the bad guys, and then he kind of like
he stops her. He stops her. Like I don't get it.
saying,
I feel
maybe
like they were hiding. Like she didn't want her to
blow the cover.
bring attention to them because he was
Maybe.
trying to escape
Yeah.
with the kid. I don't know. I feel like there could be something special with him because like they worked really hard to get him out of there,
yeah.
but I don't know.
There is a focus on him
Wonder
through.
if the sheriff is secretly a bad person.
That's what I'm
and
thinking.
That's why he called her. And
Why would you think he's secretly a bad person?
That photograph.
No, like he's actually,
Which photograph?
You didn't. Oh, when he was. Hold on.
There was a photograph of him and what looked to be his father.
Yeah, there was a photograph when he was getting ready at the end. There was a photograph, and he's all like, "It just
like
it
he was
looked
part of
it,
the KKK. Kind of, it looked like that's the impression I got, but there was no clear cut thing. Like his father was raising him the wrong way, type of thing. Maybe I don't know.
he's
Maybe
a secret headmaster or something, and then
yeah,
getting those kids in was like a cover. I don't know.
that's what I got out
That's
of it.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but John,
Because there are people that that they could have. People have secret lives all the time, and sometimes you're like surprised, like what? How could you?
secret
Just like
life-
when you watch Watchmen, Ozymandias. How could you do that? Why?
Hold on a second. I will. I'll show you guys. Here, we'll bring that up. So, I just took a screenshot.
yeah,
So yeah, this is the image of like it's another chief of police, right? So he's got the badge right there, and he's holding his what it sounds like. It looks like his father's, it's his father's cap, the one that he's got on, maybe, or it's similar or whatever. But that's what it appears to me is that whoever that guy is gonna
So
be.
is he the police chief during the?
No,
Right.
because that would have been 100 years earlier.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if Don Johnson's in his 60s, right? If Don Johnson's in his 60s, his dad, you know what his dad might be. Hold on, let me find that. His dad might actually be.
We're doing some undercover work here.
Yeah, I'm doing some deep dive.
Batman stuff. Do we know if Dr. Manhattan's gonna be shown like, or is it just gonna be like are we gonna see a full on Dr. Manhattan, right? Like with the glowing. Has that? Oh, John doesn't want to tell us.
Well, Dr. Manhattan, you can see in the previews, like you see someone. I mean, is wearing all he's got all blue skin and he's wearing a suit.
And it looks like he's in the Oval Office.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? You talking about in the preview for the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've seen that. Yeah, there was
trailer.
another trailer before too where they had talked about that, or
A
they
guy in
showed
a
that
blue
a little
suit?
bit. No, not a guy in a blue suit. A guy in blue wearing a
blue
suit.
guy,
Blue.
Yeah. I'm blue. It's probably one of the Blue Man Group though, because they're in Vegas.
Oh my gosh.
No, but what I love about the show is that they do make references to Watchmen. to the comics,
Of
and
course.
because this is the legit sequel. It's amazing. I'm like, oh, Damon Lindelof
I definitely like
did great.
this.
Okay,
This
so
happened better than the movie for sure, like 100%.
actually, I'll
But
just,
it does make you interested more in like, hey, I feel like I want to read the comic books again or movie or whatever.
Yeah,
Does Zack
Okay.
Snyder have
I
any
don't need to
production
watch the
credits
movie
here?
again.
I think this guy is going to be the chief's dad. I think this guy right here. Oh, can you guys see me?
Yeah, I can
I
see
like
you.
how you say it's like right here, but I don't see anything that you're trying to show.
Oh, okay.
you're-
Well, no. Okay,
as
look
far as
down.
we
Look
know,
down. Look
you're
down.
in the
Look down.
movie? You're in the
Look
show?
down at the bottom. You'll see I'm trying to share my screen. You got to be the one to bring it up.
That's way tiny. I can't see anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah. We were playing around with this last night. So I think this is the guy because, well, maybe I can. It's probably not going to show me this next tab, but let me, because there was a picture, and I think this guy is just him. Because
What if
he's
it's
the only
just a
KKK
white
member
shirt?
we saw. Well, no,
White
he's got
shirt, right?
he's got a hood on. He's got a hood. There's the cape, and he's KKK. This is from the very beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I think this is a guy. This is who he is. Hold on a second. Let me bring up one more, and I'll just all right, go ahead and bring it up again. Okay, so that's the picture right there.
Yeah.
You can kind of see, it kind of looks like an elongated face that the guy had. So you can kind of see, I know, Tiffany, you're probably not be able to see it the best, but yeah, that's what it looks like to me. It's the same dude.
Mhm.
So there we go.
I don't know. I think he's a secret bad person.
Oh yeah, no, I totally got that vibe.
No,
too.
yeah, I think you're on the same page. You guys are definitely on the same page.
Oh my gosh, because you've seen it.
No, I'm just saying. No, Matt and Tiffany, you guys are on the same page on what you guys were thinking.
Yeah.
It's,
Hey, so-
Now, if it's on the same page as the show, I don't know.
Okay, guys, I gotta get going. I gotta put my son to sleep for school, but it was great
Yeah.
chatting with you guys. Go ahead and
Same here.
hopefully you guys stay on for a while. I can listen
Yeah.
to my phone, but
There's
thanks,
still a
Tom,
lot
for
more to
having me
talk
on.
about the first episode.
So listen, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing a live feed when I get back from the Terminator screening for Star Wars. I want to see what you guys think. So if you guys want to join my channel, everyone's welcome.
Oh, Dr. Sleep, what about that? Giveaway tickets.
For today?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, do a trivia and I'll give you the tickets. Whoever's on. All right.
I don't think we have to worry about
You
that
figure
now.
it out,
We
you
can,
figure it out.
we can skip on it.
You can't skip on what you promised, but
Okay.
just make sure
What that means, whoever's on right now.
Hold on. Just make sure you inform people that they got to find their way to the theater because people think,
You got to be able to get to the LA theater at the Regency.
all right, you got it, guys. I got to go, but so tomorrow Star Wars reaction. I'll send a link to everyone who wants to go on and have a good time. Matt, you down?
What time?
Probably 11
PM?
Another late night. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd probably be
I don't
around.
want
I'm in
I don't want it to go over your show, so
Yeah, no, I'm not doing. Oh, I'm not doing anything. The only thing I'm doing tomorrow night is a reaction to Star Wars and then a breakdown video of the trailer.
yeah.
And then
Oh
probably
yeah, the Star Wars.
because that's at
trailer's coming out.
7. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And
7. Oh, Tiffany, we're gonna be at a theater screening.
I gotta go, guys. But tomorrow, expect Tiffany. I think I sent you a friend Facebook request. I'll send you a link if you want to join in. I don't know if you like Star Wars, but you're welcome to come in.
Oh,
I
Tiffany
love
loves Star Wars.
All right, we'll invite everyone. We'll be talking.
I feel like the only asshole that's like not in LA anymore. You guys are like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to the
so
Regency.
accurate. So we're gonna be us three are gonna have Matt. Are you coming? Oh no, wait, you're not.
Oh yeah, no, sorry,
yeah.
I live in Washington.
Nerd out.
It's okay. We got streaming. That's what
Yeah.
the wonders of online, the internet is. We can do
Well,
this
what's
right now.
What's funny is I used to work for Regency Theaters.
Wow. Is
So,
this before the drive-in or after?
This was after. Well, this was actually like in the middle of because I worked from the drive-in from 01 to 2010, and then I moved to LA. Got a job at Regency, the Academy 6 in Pasadena.
Uh-huh.
So like I knew the general manager of the one you guys are going to be going to for Dr. Sleep, over there in Westwood.
Yeah.
Because there's like the two of them, right? And so I went there and saw some movies. But then I got fired. and then I left LA a little while later. And then yeah, but
Were
the
you
name
trying to take popcorn or something?
no, not popcorn. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't a good fit. Just wasn't a good fit. I was there for about a little over a year, and the building was like, Pasadena has roof rats, right?
Okay.
There's lots of rats and bugs in Pasadena. Don't let the
roof rats.
Yeah, so the place
That
was
sounds
like rat
like a super
infested.
villain. I am the roof rat.
No.
Fear me.
They were everywhere. They were everywhere.
That's gonna be a villain in episode 2 of Watchmen, the roof rat.
That's something. You know what? It could be good. But yeah, no, I used to. So yeah, I used to live there, and now I don't.
Yeah. So Watchmen.
So what were we talked a bit about.
Let's talk about the ending. Like let's.
Okay.
Okay.
Weren't
So
we just talking about the ending?
yeah, but like, what do you guys think? Like, other than you just talking about, like, is he strong or he's like an old man? Like, what do you guys think
The guy in
is
the
happening?
wheelchair?
Yeah, the guy in the wheelchair.
I don't think I believe that he did it.
Uh-huh.
I feel like there was probably a bunch of people and they set it up to look like that.
Okay, so you're
And
thinking
I
like,
feel like he might have a connection to Angela
uh-huh.
somehow.
Yeah, I'm not too
Okay.
sure because
Letter.
she said she's from that she's from Vietnam, so she would have grown up there, and then she came back because she kind of gave her whole life story in that school scene,
Yeah.
which I thought was actually a really solid way of doing it.
Exposition.
Yeah,
subtlety,
great
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
All
The
while
first-
framing. Oh, go ahead.
They do it. They do a lot of really great exposition throughout the first 6 episodes in a way where you actually feel like you're caught up on the actual Watchmen storyline, and it's like through stories, and I love the way that Damon Lindelof does it. So that's like,
Well, there's enough
beautiful.
surrealism in the episode that Damon Lindelof can actually work within the confines of what the Watchmen is.
yeah,
And still tell a cohesive story. And I'm like, this is probably him at it being the most free to piggyback off of somebody else's creation, and then also not necessarily be entirely chained to it.
Mhm.
But the thing I don't get though about when it comes to Ozymandias is I don't know if he's alive or if he's dead. I mean, because there was did you see that the newspaper clipping?
Yeah.
Well, you saw Jeremy Irons though, right?
Yeah, no, I saw Jeremy Irons. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's Vite, but he's but there was that when she was going into the bakery, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, "Hey, I can lift 200 pounds." Did you see the newspaper clipping?
Yes, I saw it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think
What was it?
he's in jail. I think he's in a you weren't here for that part. I mentioned that I think everyone thinks that he's dead and he's in like a holding, so he's not allowed out of his like spectacular house.
Yeah, but why would they say he's dead? I mean, like, what if he was the one who? Because the thing is, at the end, I mean, I'm trying to recall like the ending. It's been so long.
He's technically a good guy, but the world thinks that he's a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, but that's also in regards to, I forget how does the graphic novel end like the movie? It's been so long, I don't even remember.
I think it's very similar.
Okay.
I thought it was similar.
Where Rorschach just drops off the information at the paper.
Yes.
That's possible that it was because I was looking through the IMDb, or I was looking through the Wikipedia to get some information, and it said that Ozymandias was a former hero, and that a couple other people, like not just Dr. Manhattan, but someone else, I don't want to say what it is, makes an appearance as well. And but I don't know if it's the same actors, I know in regards to Jeremy Irons is not the guy who played Ozymandias in Watchmen, but
Yeah.
What?
But did you notice that that when they showed the intro to America's Hero, that they showed the likenesses of the other heroes in the table, the reflection of the table?
Yes.
And
I thought it was so cool.
You're talking about like the face, or you're talking about costume?
no, it was the face. If you go back and watch, it was the face, and they had Silk Spectre, and it was Carlo Gugino that
In
it
the
was
movie,
modeled after. Yeah, and then they had the comedian, and it was modeled after Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I gotta watch that or look at that photo again, or whatever it is.
Yeah, so
footage.
it's I'm just that thing that kind of cracks me up about it is like this show can't quite tell you what it is. Is it?
Yeah, I think
is
it's
it-
like a nice mesh of influences from both, like especially the comic book and then maybe a little bit of the movie. And I think it's like you're not sure if it is, or you're like, it could be.
Yeah. I don't know. I definitely think that it's like the people that believe the diary and the people that don't know that the diary is actually true or not.
I think I missed it. Like, so what's the diary? Was that on first episode?
that was in the diary was in the movie was in the graphic novel movie and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least the movie. It's been so freaking long since I've looked at everything else. But I'm looking at the scene right now where they're watching the intro to America's Hero, and yeah, the likenesses are there enough to where you kind of know what they're referencing.
Yeah. It's kind of weird too, because it's like a part of it is like, do they want to try to go all out and make it follow the comic book, or they're trying to like do some stuff from the movies too? Is
I mean,
because
I
there's
think,
there's slight changes, with the ending.
yeah.
Well,
Well, I
it's a continuation from the movie.
it's not. It's a continuation to the comic. And because they said that because the squid,
The squid,
the
the falling
squid,
squid.
But-
in the sky.
because there wasn't a squid in the
Take out
movie.
the squid part, and it's still kind of the same,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's the whole
No,
point.
there was no squid in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no squid in the movie, but
Yeah.
take out the squid, and
Yes.
it's still kind of the same, isn't it?
Yeah, because the the movie is very accurate. It's like pretty close, like shot for shot to like the comic books. They just switched out like certain things.
Well, and it
cut
makes
out certain
sense.
things.
It makes sense to get rid of the to change out the squid and have it
Why?
be Dr. Man.
Why?
Because think of audiences. The general audience isn't going to understand the concept of a giant squid, right? Like this is meant to be superheroes or vigilantes that are kind of grounded in a reality. And then
What about this one?
Well, this one is clearly not the case, right? Because there was that line from Looking Glass, do you believe in trans-dimensional animals or something? And I thought that was really funny. There's like the subtle references to the squid was great. But
Yeah, the squid was actually in the imagery in the dome.
yeah, they showed, I mean, like there was a lot like, 9/11 imagery, or no, the Twin Towers were there. And in
Yeah.
one of those shots, the Twin Towers was there because that didn't go down. A bunch of like revisionist stuff, even like
Mount
the
Rushmore was really funny to me.
because it had Nixon on the side of it.
Yeah.
They added
Yeah.
Nixon in. Again, just the little things like that. And I was watching some other people discuss it tonight, and like they were tearing it apart, trying to crap on it. And I'm like, I don't think you guys.
Wait. What just happened? Who's tearing it apart?
Oh, another YouTuber that I saw.
Oh, the
I thought it
series?
was good.
They're tearing
Yeah.
the series apart.
Yeah.
The first episode.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
tearing it apart as in they're dissecting it, or tearing it
No,
apart as
they
in
were just like
hate
talking.
it?
Oh no, they were talking shit.
Oh,
They were talking crap, and like one of the commentators, like I don't want to say who it was.
all right. Hold
but
on.
they
Let
had
me switch my headset because I want to hear this. Hold on.
Oh no, I can just say it. I don't know. I guess how many people are here right now? 8 people. I'm sorry, that sounds bad to say. I'm not meant to say it like that, but I was watching Nerdrotic and Doomcock.
Hold on.
So they were talking about it and they were tearing it apart. But then it also got kind of they have to play to a certain audience, and as time goes on, that audience kind of gets a little bit more and more on the racially charged side of things. And I don't think there's so yeah.
Why
It's
is
some
this
interesting
not
conversation.
working? Oh, there it is. Hello. I can hear you guys now.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, no. What were you talking about? I don't know. No, I wasn't talking about the whole other, tearing it apart. It was something else that you mentioned. And I forgot what it was. As I was
That's fine.
looking for
It's all good.
we were talking about the squid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then we were talking about like I think that the show is still grounded. The characters are still grounded, but they're still able to like add the weird zany stuff in the series, and I love that.
Yeah, well, again, that's what I think a lot of that's where I think where Lindelof is going to shine. Actually, I think he's going to be able to really dive into it.
Yeah.
Like I still want to know about the Seventh Cavalry. Like, why did they adopt the Rorschach mask?
Yeah.
Why do they need like watch batteries? Because there was a whole line there about a cancer bomb,
Mhm.
which is clearly a reference to this original.
Yeah.
And you know, like there was like, oh, they're like trying to build a cancer bomb. I'm just like, oh, I'm like, oh, you guys said it.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of other, I mean, you know, like they didn't take their masks off around each other, which was interesting. And then they all had cyanide pills.
So they don't trust each other.
But they're like,
Is
but
it-
I'm sorry,
okay.
good.
Is the lithium battery thing, or the watch batteries? Is that a call to like the Radium Girls? Is that something?
What I will,
History-wise?
I think what it is so technology works different in this world, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like right off the bat, she gets a pager that says Little Bighorn. She doesn't have a phone call or a text message that says it. It's the technology is different.
Yeah.
But they have the ability to have flying ships, right?
Mhm.
So it's like where like okay, like what exactly what technological discoveries
Yeah.
have been made, which ones haven't been made. What appeared to be no sign of the internet.
Yeah.
I didn't notice any internet. And you know, like little things like that. I didn't see like they have clearly technology because like they have a big TV in like the house and a nice house and everything else. So there's that, but other aspects of what we know as society were just kind of not present, but not in a way that I could really put my finger on. It's just it feels like little things
Well, it
don't
kind
add
of
up.
looked like the results of the war, like Vietnam War, us winning it versus them, right? Isn't that kind of sort of what it was?
Well, I
Or
mean,
no?
the question then becomes like, because in the original movie, in the opening credits, it shows us like, you know, dropping the atomic bomb and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, well, what if in this alternative history, we just decimated Japan because we didn't pay for Japan to get repaired,
Mhm.
you know, and therefore the technological advances that have come out of Japan that are part of our life, you know, that they're just not there.
Yeah.
And that's the whole, you know, that's the thing. Like we just don't know what technology exists, what technology doesn't exist. So now I want to know a lot more about the world. Like I want them to release
Yeah.
their Bible, you know, their show Bible about the world, breaking it down, giving us the specifics, because I think that would be really fascinating.
You
Oh,
definitely
yeah, because this
did.
show does play a lot on history too. Like
Yeah.
now it's like diving deeper into like even further history now with the 20s with the Tulsa riot, the race riot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know where they're gonna change things. I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot of minimal changes. Little things here, little things there that are just gonna be different. Like obviously 9/11 never happened. That's not minimal. That's pretty major. But Robert Redford is president. I think he was mentioned as running for president in the original. You know, he was mentioned there, and then so he clearly beat Nixon. He clearly won,
Mm-hmm.
and so then he is now president for life. I guess I'm not too sure how. Or no, he can. There's no
Nixon
terms.
got rid of that.
The term limits. He
rule.
got rid of term
The
limits.
term
yeah.
limits, yeah.
Yep.
So he just keeps. He's always been president for like 30 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, so there's again, like, I really want to know more about that. I want to know more about, you know, like when exactly did cops start shielding their identities? You know, what brought that back?
All will be explained.
Oh, yeah, I know. You know more. You know more.
on.
Yeah.
But no, those are like
With the
valid
white
questions.
horse that they were talking about when she was doing the baking stuff, like the white horse thing, and then he comes in on a white horse. Is that tied together somehow?
The horse
No.
and baking? I don't think so.
No. Okay.
Wait, she mentions the. What about the white horse?
Because that's when she got shot. It was
Mhm.
there was a horse thing, right? she got shot, and that was when they started covering up their faces.
I have to go back and watch that scene again.
There was a lot of information in that one little area.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch the episode again tomorrow.
Okay. So, describe the scene again. Like,
Describe the scene.
Yeah.
It was the mooncake scene,
uh-huh.
and they were talking about how, or she talks about how she got shot,
Yeah.
and then it was something to do with a horse. They called it something a horse, and then like shortly after that, he comes riding in on that white horse.
You're talking about Jeremy Irons?
Yeah. Does that have anything? Is that connected somehow?
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. He would know more than me, but yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah,
I just
so now
thought maybe
we
it
have
was something in
Lewis
the comic book.
saying, did Dr. Manhattan help in the Vietnam War? Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's in the movie.
Yeah, that's in the movie and in the comics.
No, the horse part.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the comments that Lewis just said right now.
Oh, I don't see comments. Sorry.
Yeah. And yeah, Dr. Manhattan, I will say this. There's a thing on the during San Diego Comic-Con. There was like a booth. And I don't know if you've seen it. It's like blue. And then you go inside, and then you can actually turn into Dr. Manhattan in like a very fun.
Oh, wasn't
video.
that like over at Petco Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that was there. I did not get the chance to go and check it out, but I knew about it.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's an interesting setup. That like a booth out of nowhere, and for me, like personally, I thought it was like kind of weak compared to other activations at Comic-Con. But now after watching Watchmen, I'm like, okay, because that exact design it's gonna be on the show. So there's a reason why the booth looks like that, and it was there. So
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward. I really want to see what comes next. I guess the question then becomes, because you've seen it and without spoiling it, is it start really ramping up the intensity?
in terms of violence or
Just in terms of like the story.
story intensity, yeah. Okay, let's say I love the way the first episode starts off, where you're already seeing the Tulsa riot. That's already intense. So they're already letting you know this is going to be a racially charged series. You're going to show like the suffering of the this black group in this area in this time, and you're gonna find out like how is this going to relate to the people in Tulsa, and then it's still. It's still happening, especially with the Rorschach group, because they're like calling them like races, like a racist group. So a part of me is like, why are these groups using the Rorschach masks to do that? Because Rorschach is like a good guy or anti-hero.
Yeah, that was a thing I saw. People talking about earlier was like a lot of comments. Because I did a live stream of it after I saw it.
Yeah,
and it was really funny. So I'm like, okay, post Watchmen. Our episode 1 discussion stream.
Yeah.
And then people came on in and they're like, okay, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's Watchmen. Then like, wait, what's Watchmen? Like I had one guy go, I've never read the comic or seen the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so why are you here? Like not mean, but like, I'm like,
No, they just
clearly
like,
says on the title, like
they probably just like you. They're like, I'll listen to whatever.
I have that. Yeah, I have that face. But they hung out. It was funny. And like, but like, I had like 50 people. I think I had like about 50 people watching at one point, and only like 2 people who had watched it were commenting in the chat. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, like this is okay. But yeah, I mean, I really want to see where it goes. I'm really interested to know more about Jean Smart's character. Because I know she pops up probably in the next episode.
Wait, Jean Smart, is she the one in Legion?
I don't know. I think so. I didn't watch Legion.
Okay. She the old lady?
She was in Designing Women.
I never seen Designing Women.
So, trying to think here, what you might have seen her in.
I'm just gonna.
She's like the FBI lady that shows up.
Okay, yeah. She was in FX's Legion. I just saw a photo. She was in Legion. She was the leader of a group that's helping out Legion. David,
Okay.
aka Professor X's son. So she's in this, and I would suggest if you want to be surprised, don't look up IMDb.
Okay. Why not?
That's it. Just don't.
Okay. Well, I try
Unless
not to
you-
give Amazon my attention anyway, so
Yeah.
done.
Because
No,
I'm
I
like,
buy-
I don't even want to talk about it now. That's.
All
But she's
right,
in
well,
it. She's in it.
Okay. I'm assuming then.
I'll say this.
Okay.
I will say this. She's a great character. I love what
I think
she
I
offers
think
to the show.
I think I know.
Yeah. Well. the-
Hold on. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. That's,
I can private chat it to you. I know that Tiffany won't be able to see it.
I think anyone watching it and then kind of like how I'm reacting to it, they might know anyway. But I just want to say that she's great. She's like one of my favorite characters on the show, and
check private
I wish
comments.
that she was introduced sooner. Where am I supposed to see this?
Okay, it's on the StreamYard's page.
Yeah.
Go to the comment section, top on the right hand side.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
I just looked.
Yeah. So I'm not even gonna look because we're here. We're live. Yeah. I already saw it. So. But yeah,
Well,
she's great. I love her. Like everything. Like these
It's
these
not-
characters.
it's not a
she's
denial.
exciting.
It's not a denial.
Especially, like if you're a fan of Watchmen, you're gonna love the show. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's good, man. That's really good. I am very excited to see what comes next with the show, and I'm trying to think of anything else in the episode that was significant. The gunfight, the fact that they took out all those cows,
Mhm.
like they used that heavy machine gun on all those cows.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Well, it was funny because at one point they say that like Robert Redford turned the whole United States into just like a giant farmland area. So that's the reason why they shut up all the cows. They don't even care because there's so much cows. It's just a bunch of. It's like if all the United States turned red, and it's just all farmland.
Okay. I mean, I guess that makes some sense. Again, they need to release like an overview of the world now.
Mm-hmm.
To go like, welcome to Robert Redford's America.
Yeah.
Everyone here is a vegan, but also everyone here eats meat. Guns aren't allowed. Cops can hide their identities. And vigilantes, well, they're back. Yeah, like I think that would be good.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
Like I was like rewatching just like some parts of Watchmen again. I was like, I completely forgot that the Watchmen were disbanded or they're never formed, or vigilantes couldn't do their stuff because Reagan was against it. I was like, wow, so much stuff I completely forgot about back then.
Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of flip flopped.
Yeah. And now you get the cops with the masks, so it's kind of like the irony.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get that. That's the thing. I was watching the preview. I'm like, wait, why are the cops all wearing masks? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like?
totally flip flopped now.
Yeah, and a part of me was like not a fan of that because like I want to see like just actual vigilantes instead of like just these people working with the police department and doing stuff. Like I just want a whole different group. But we have this.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see more. I think it's going to be really funny because it's going to be interesting to watch, and the hot takes online are going to be very fascinating.
Oh yeah.
I have a bunch of comments that I've already had to that have been held for review on my video, and it's just like it's some pretty racist stuff,
Wow.
And I'm like, really? Like, really? You guys are
Well,
all...
what is that? Oh, so it's like
they opened it pretty. It's
well, I'm not
really-
sure what the people are saying right now. I'm just watching it and I'm like, man, this show is good.
Well, what they're
I-
saying is
I enjoyed it. I'm like the whole Oklahoma, the black Oklahoma. That was interesting. I'm willing to bet people are gonna have comments about that too.
Well, 100 to 300 black people died in that riot.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, if anything, it gets people talking about it. So
Wait, so people are against that whole showing the history part, or
well, no, it's like okay, like black cop gets shot by white supremacist in the beginning.
yeah,
Never mind the, I guess you could say like it's just the different demographic breakdown of Tulsa.
yeah,
Perhaps, and then it's like, oh, but it's like, oh, there's no good white man character in the show. They're all bad, and all the people of color, they're all saintly. And it's like there's no good, like, Looking Glass is white. It's Tim Blake Nelson.
yeah. Looking
You
Glass
know?
is white. Yeah,
I mean, as far as we know right now, the chief is a good guy, and he's white.
yeah,
So, it's like that's not necessarily true. The kids, her kids are white,
yeah.
which
Yeah, the
that
kids
threw
are
me
white.
for a bit of a loop
But they
for
were
a second.
adopted.
Yeah, I figured that, but I was all like, I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Because she kept looking at that one kid. It kept cutting to that one kid in the class. I'm like, why do they keep cutting that one kid? Like, why do they keep cutting
They're
that one
the
kid?
Kids of the thing that happened in Vietnam. The reason why she moved here. They're kids of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like-
But here's my thing. Let's say you do a story with the white supremacists. So of course they're going to be the bad guys, and then let's say the main protagonist is a black person. So
Yeah, but that means that
Yeah.
that's they're just calling it woke bullshit, and I'm like, come on, like, you can sit there and have a show with a black female lead. It's Regina effing King, for crying
Yeah.
out loud.
yeah,
It's not like she's hasn't been on the scene for over 25 years. One of her first movies was Friday.
yeah.
Like
But
I
I
grew
think
up watching.
I
that
guess they
movie.
want to see like at least But yeah, we do have there are like some good white guys there. So
Yeah, it's just, again, it's coming out of a certain group of people, at least in my comment section, that are
And
easily.
the musical Oklahoma, that was all.
Oh yeah, and they were all black too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, not all black. It's like I think it's half and half,
Mostly.
right?
Like the lead.
The leads were
Yeah.
black. I mean,
Yeah, the leads were black. Yeah.
leads were black. Yeah.
And then the sheriff, he commented and was like, they didn't have their heart in it or whatever.
Oh,
But
yeah. Maybe because he.
that alluded to the whole, like, I think he's a bad guy.
That's an
but-
interesting catch. I didn't catch that.
what?
Where the sheriff, the police chief had said, like, because he had sang Oklahoma in high school. So that was that
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
thing we're singing. And she's like, oh, his wife's like, oh, we saw it and he didn't like it. And he's like, not that I didn't like it. It's like they didn't have their hearts in it. And maybe because they didn't grow up in Oklahoma, or because they're just putting on a stage play, and to him that's something that's important, and maybe that's part of the whole, white heritage sort of thing. So perhaps, and I'm sure we're going to find out more about him.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, nerd reactor. So I think we're going to find out more as time goes on. Obviously, we'll find out more as time goes on.
Yeah. That's a given.
But I mean, for a
Just-
pilot episode,
Yeah.
solid work.
There was a lot that happened.
But I think it's interesting, like with these stories, deciding to do a whole thing about the white supremacists and all that, especially with Tulsa. So it's a very interesting take. And why not? Why can't we do a story like this? We have real life stories where sometimes art imitates life. So why can't we do like a certain story that revolves around like this group of people?
Yeah, see, some guy commented a few minutes ago on my video.
Yeah.
Says, it's pure leftist propaganda. Who directed this shit? Jesse Smollett? Like, jeez. It's like low-grade
Whoa.
trolls.
And
I mean,
yeah, you got to keep on watching the series. So
I feel like most comic books are kind of left a little bit.
Well, pretty much
Well, the
all entertainment is.
Yeah.
But the thing interesting with Watchmen, Rorschach, he's pretty, he's kind of right wing,
Yeah.
Like, he
there's
actually
a lot
talks-
of right-wing
because he
stuff in
he
there.
referenced like, oh, liberals this, like he actually says that in the movie, like, God damn it. So I was like, that's interesting. Like I never caught that like back then, and I was like, wow, there's a character, but it's just, but I still think Rorschach's a cool character. So, and that movie's very political.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they you know they're going to be in for it with people that are going to be trying to
Yeah.
find all the politics, and I mean
Yeah.
honestly, coming off of Joker,
Yes.
I think people are just looking for politics now in practically everything.
Oh yeah. No, but yeah, Joker. The movie has political stuff. Of course, the series is gonna have political stuff because it's based on an alternate history. So
Yeah.
that right there is already the basis of, just all the craziness
Mm-hmm.
and just watching it. Yeah, it's just okay. I watched Just Mercy. So it's like a story about was it a black lawyer trying to free a black man from death row. He's an inmate. And so they're in a town filled with, white people that wants to see the character, Jamie Foxx's character, get killed. And sometimes people are bad. So sometimes other people are good. And then it's the same case with Watchmen, where sometimes certain groups of people are bad, and certain groups of people are good. So wow, see, Watchmen's already a controversial show already. You're having the Seventh Cavalry group.
Yeah, like I said, I'm really interested to find out more about them and
Yeah.
like how they came to be and stuff. But actually, on that note, I do have to run because it's already 11:30 on this end, and I do need to get to bed.
Yeah, so I think we've had we discussed a good deal about the first episode, and yeah, not sure if you guys want to do this for the second episode next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna be I'll be home for these. I don't think I'm gonna do a live stream on my channel. I'm just gonna do a review and then I'll jump on this later on.
I actually want to do it earlier because
Yeah, I know Lewis is like, I can't watch it until like 9 o'clock.
yeah. So yeah,
And that's what he
somehow
sounds like.
Figure out a way to watch it early so that we can actually do this earlier instead of like late
Well,
night.
you could email me your HBO contact. Like that would just be let's just screw the middleman. Just get me right to the guy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
hi, I'm an associate of Nerd Reactor. I need to review this as well.
Yeah. I'll help you out. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this live discussion. I will say this is a great show. Damon Lindelof has completely blown me away with what he's done with the material. Like he has shown that he has respect for the material while also showing a new storyline, because when you go into future episodes, you're like, wow, like this is actually cool. They're like diving deep into it. And so, when Damon Lindelof in interviews, or they mention how this is like a sequel and a remix. And I was like, how is this a remix? If it's just like a sequel, why not just say a sequel? Why do they even have to add remix? So you'll get the reason why they call it a remix later on. And I will say this, the 6th episode is intense. That's my favorite episode by far. Unless episode 7, 8, and 9 gets even crazier.
I have a feeling it probably will.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be like Game of Thrones where they have like the penultimate episode is where the crazy stuff goes down.
Yeah.
So they'll probably they'll probably take it all the way through.
And then I mentioned this on like one of my Facebook updates, where if you're a fan of Fallout or just jazz music, episode 6, check that out.
Well, yeah. Also, the soundtrack
Yeah.
was really good.
The soundtrack, yeah. Oh, I want to talk about the soundtrack because I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of Trent Reznor's music.
It is
Like
Trent Reznor's music.
9 Inch Nails. And then you look at the end credits, Trent Reznor.
Yeah, Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross. I was all like, oh, no wonder I love the
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Yeah. And I also want to add before we go, the end credits. Notice how Alan Moore isn't mentioned?
I
Like
did not
Co-created
crash
by
that.
Dave Gibbons. But they say it's co-created, so they do know that, there's another co-creator, but we're not going to mention his name because you know how Alan Moore feels about how people try to adapt his stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's a lot of interesting tidbits about this movie and like the politics behind the scenes. So I thought that was very fun to see.
I
Like,
know you like cursed it or whatever.
What happened?
He cursed the show or something like that, right?
I don't know what he said, but he just doesn't. Does he not like the show?
No, Alan Moore doesn't like
he doesn't want
anything.
anything done.
Yeah, he doesn't like anything. But I don't know if there's like a new update. Like, oh, what do you think about the show? Oh, screw their show.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think it was
You know
talking.
that I like this much, much, much better. Just like the first episode of this,
Yeah.
love it more than the movie. The movie was complete crap for me. Sorry.
Yeah. I enjoyed the movie. Like, it wasn't like the greatest for me, but I did enjoy like the characters and the history behind it, and like just what they went through. And like they went through like some pretty crappy stuff, and it's pretty.
Mhm.
Sometimes like some scenes are tough to watch, so you're like, wow, this is like a comic book movie that went dark, and that's why I really liked it, because we don't have a lot of that in cinema. Like, it's like few and far between, like Blade and then Watchmen. I don't know what else, but that's why I like to
The
see that.
Joker.
And now we have Joker, so now I think their studios are more comfortable with showing like some really
Well, what
dark
was
and
the
intense
other
movies
Joker
now.
movie too? That one was pretty dark.
Yeah.
What was that one? That name again?
Which one? A dark?
The other Joker movie. That was based off the comic.
Talking about Joker?
Yeah. The
Yeah,
other Joker
yeah.
movie.
The other Joker movie.
The other Joker movie.
What's the other Joker movie? You talking
Just-
about
It was based off
Dark
the comic
Knight?
book.
Oh,
No.
The Killing Joke.
Yes, that one.
Oh, you're talking about the animated movie?
Yeah, that was
Oh.
dark.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
dark. We don't count those because they can do a lot of stuff. There's like a lot of violence. Like, we're talking about like live action, mainstream for everyone. Because like
I
movies,
see.
yeah, it's like a different type of feeling. Because like when you're doing something like direct to video, you can get away with a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's it. Any last words for Watchmen?
Watch it.
Watch
Yeah,
it. Watch the Watchmen.
Yep.
All right. So this is it. Nerd Reactor. We have Tiffany from Disney Observer, Matt from $3 Theater, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.